Okay, hello, my name is Freddie and welcome back to another lesson of learning to program in C++. The concept that we're going to go over today is loops, okay? Now, loops are one of the most powerful concepts in any programming language, okay, because you can do a lot more than just simple calculations with it. And basically, so with loops, you could set a few lines of code to continuously go on, say like thousands of times, depending on what conditions you set. It still has the same format of if and else statements, so you have your condition that has to be met for the statement to be carried out, okay? And the two types of loops that we're going to cover are while loops and for loops, okay? So the first one that we're going to go through is while loops, okay? So for while loops, while will evaluate the condition and execute the statement if the condition is true. So it will be while this condition is true, the statement will be carried out. Okay, so for an example, I'm going to do I'm going to just write a simple program where it'll just be adding numbers up or counting numbers. Okay, so we'll set our variables int I and n. Then let me do cout input a number and press enter. Then we shall see in the n shall be our input. Okay, and we shall set a value for I. So I shall be equal to 1. Okay. Now here's where the loop comes in. So we shall say while I is less than or equal to n. See, so that's the condition for it. We shall say that the program will output I and we're doing this just so there'll be a space in between I and the next number, which I'm going to be doing. So have that. And we shall I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, so basically what this will give us is it will output I, then a space, and then I plus 1, and then a space, and then I plus 1 again, then a space, until I is equal to the number we inputted. Okay, so to show you, shall build it, 0 errors. We shall run this, input a number and press enter. I shall input 9, and see, so we have I, and then the space, I plus 1, which is 2, space, and then remember, because the formula we have for I is I equals I plus 1. 2 now becomes I. So then 2 will go back into the loop. It will be 2, which is now I plus 1 again, so it becomes 3. 3 becomes I, and up until 9, because see now it's equal to 9. So if we wanted to go up to 10, 10 isn't less than or equal to 9. So therefore it stops at 9, and that's where the loop ends. Okay? So now that you've seen that, this is the first type of loop. Okay? So you have, just as with if and else statements, you have your condition, and when that condition is met, the loop will begin. Okay? Or while this condition is met, the loop will begin and continue. If the condition is never met, then it will skip this whole bit entirely, okay, because it's irrelevant. So I could give you an example. If I just build and run.